Fashion changes, but style endures. Coco Chanel. You never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. Buckminster Fuller. You cannot change what you are, only what you do. Philip Pullman. Faced with the choice between changing one's mind and proving that there is no need to do so, almost everyone gets busy on the proof. John Kenneth Galbraith. Time takes it all, whether you want it to or not. Stephen King, The Green Mile. No matter who you are, no matter what you did, no matter where you've come from, you can always change, become a better version of yourself. Madonna. The philosophers have only interpreted the world in various ways. The point, however, is to change it. Karl Marx. I find the best way to love someone is not to change them, but instead, help them reveal the greatest version of themselves. Steve Maraboli. All that you touch you change. All that you change, changes you. The only lasting truth is change. God is change. Octavia E. Butler. Every woman that finally figured out her worth has picked up her suitcases of pride and boarded a flight to freedom, which landed in the Valley of Change. Shannon L. Alder. Anger, resentment and jealousy doesn't change the heart of others, it only changes yours. Shannon Alder. If you're in a bad situation, don't worry, it'll change. If you're in a good situation, don't worry, it'll change. John A. Simone Sr. One child, one teacher, one book, one pen can change the world. Malala Yousafzai. When people are ready to, they change. They never do it before then, and sometimes they die before they get around to it. You can't make them change if they don't want to. Just like when they do want to, you can't stop them. Andy Warhol. No one can tell what goes on in between the person you were and the person you become. No one can chart that blue and lonely section of hell. There are no maps of the change. You just come out the other side. Or you don't. Stephen King, The Stand. Vulnerability is the birthplace of innovation, creativity and change. Brené Brown. To improve is to change. To be perfect is to change often. Winston S. Churchill. Desperation is the raw material of drastic change. Only those who can leave behind everything they have ever believed in can hope to escape. William S. Burroughs. When you come out of the storm, you won't be the same person who walked in. That's what this storm's all about. Haruki Murakami. The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Steve Jobs. I give you this to take with you. Nothing remains as it was. If you know this, you can begin again, with pure joy in the uprooting. Judith Minty. A bend in the road is not the end of the road, unless you fail to make the turn. Helen Keller. Life belongs to the living, and he who lives must be prepared for changes. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Change may not always bring growth, but there is no growth without change. Roy T. Bennett. True life is lived when tiny changes occur. Leo Tolstoy. Change begins at the end of your comfort zone. Roy T. Bennett.